fellow YouTubians, and today I'm back with some more preseason predicting of the NFL, and we're going to be predicting preseason week 3 this time because why would we predict any other week than the week that is coming up tomorrow, actually, by the time that this video is posted. Last week we finished with a record of 7-9. I might put a screenshot of the... If it's green, I'm gonna put something actually probably right here. If it's green, that means I got it right. If it's red, it means that I got it wrong. So that will be the standings right here of what I did last week. Also, I forgot to say something in the last video. The preseason is not gonna count, just like it doesn't count in the NFL, because I feel like the preseason is so unpredictable. Just like when the Giants lost 21-0 against the Bills, that was like so stupid. And then we're gonna go undefeated this season. Right. So you know, it's just. I mean, remember in like 2008 when the Detroit Lions went 0-16? They actually went undefeated in the preseason. So you never really know if the preseason is going to be any different or exactly the same as what happens in the regular season. So I am just going to say that the preseason doesn't count. I guess it's just practice for me, all right? We have some pretty good matchups. We have New York Giants at Jets, Atlanta, Miami, New England, and Carolina. That would be a very, very, very good game. I think they're actually playing sometime later this season, not just in the preseason. So hopefully that we'll be able to get this. We'll be able to see the starters play the entire game and see who will win that. But first things first, I think this is what I might do for the whole season. For the New York Giants game, it always comes up first on like if I click week 4. Of the regular season, the Giants game is always going to be right on top because I have the Giants set as my favorite team on NFL Mobile. So I'm always going to do the Giants game first, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that mini hoop over there, and I'm going to shoot this 8-ball into the mini hoop. If I make it, the Giants will win. If I miss it, they will lose. So I better make this shot. I made it. Giants are going to win. Alright, let's get back to the video. Alright, goodness gracious, now let's get back into the actual reading of the thing. So the Giants are going to win versus the Jets. Atlanta and Miami, I believe that Atlanta's going to win this one. I think Miami is, Miami lost last week, but they beat us. They beat the Giants. When I say us, I mean the Giants. So, I don't know, I'm going to pick Atlanta for this one because I feel like, I don't know, they're just going to win. Dallas and Seattle, I don't like Dallas. Actually, of all the teams in the NFC East, other than the Giants, Dallas is probably my favorite. I'm going to pick Seattle to win this one, though. I just don't want a team from the NFC East to win because... Other than the Giants, I don't want any of those teams to win because then that means they're good. Ezekiel Elliott's not going to do good. I don't know if he did good last week. I don't think he even played last week, actually, because he was injured, I believe. New England and Carolina. I think Carolina's going to win this one because I hate the Patriots. I don't think the Patriots are going to win this one. Next, we have Buffalo at Washington. I think Buffalo's going to win this one because now that Buffalo beat us, I would rather have Buffalo beat Washington because I don't like Washington, number 1. And number 2, Buffalo beat us and we would obviously beat Washington. So by logic, if we were able to beat Washington and Buffalo was able to beat us, meaning Buffalo is better than us, Buffalo is better than Washington as well because we would beat Washington because Washington sucks. Alright, Pittsburgh at New Orleans, I think. Pittsburgh, honestly, it's, who is that guy? What's his name? Martavis Bryant. I don't know if he's playing in the preseason, but I know that he's suspended in the regular season for a certain couple games. So I'm just going to say that, you know, he's an all-star, and so is Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger, but, you know, preseason doesn't really matter, and he probably won't be playing the whole game anyway. I'm going to pick New Orleans for this one because they only scored 9 points against the Houston Texans last week, and I said that Drew Brees would get the sacked out of, yeah, whatever. So, I think New Orleans is going to win that one. Cleveland at Tampa Bay. I am rooting for Jameis Winston, famous Jameis, whatever you want to call him. Jameis Winston, I like him as a quarterback, and I don't really like the Browns because the Browns are sucky and they're not They probably won't ever win a title. Sorry, Cleveland, but, you know, that's just how it's probably going to work. I don't care what the Cavaliers did. But, you know, Tampa Bay is going to win that one. Tampa Bay is going to win that one. Green Bay at San Francisco. Green Bay is arguably one of the greatest teams, greatest franchises in NFL history, but I think that San Francisco is going to take this one in the preseason. Kansas City at Chicago Bears, and you know what? I think that Kansas City's going to win this one. Kansas City has some all-star talent on their squad, and even though they haven't been doing the greatest, and they lost in the playoffs to the Patriots last season, I think that Kansas City is going to have a great season. They went 1-5 or something like that last season, and then they ended up winning like 12 games in a row, something crazy like that. So I think that they're actually going to start off like that, maybe have a couple losses along the way. I think they're actually going to finish 12-4. So that's what I believe, and I think that they will probably win the division. But I don't know, it's the preseason, so I'm just going to say Kansas City because Chicago's not really that great. Detroit at Baltimore. Baltimore is actually undefeated in the preseason so far, and I'm not exactly sure what Detroit did, but they lost to the Bengals last week. I'm going to pick Baltimore for this one. Philadelphia and Indianapolis. I don't like Philadelphia, but I'm going to pick them for this one because I don't know, Indianapolis I don't think that really, I don't know. Indianapolis just seems to be giving us less and less and being like, hey, last season we did not so great, and then they're like, hey, well, we'll do better this season because Andrew Luck is gonna redeem us, and then he never does. So you know what? I'm just gonna pick Philadelphia. Tennessee at Oakland. I think that Oakland's gonna win this one. I have to pray that Oakland's gonna win this one because they let me down last year. Not last year. They let me down last week, and I really don't want that to happen again. Tennessee is going to lose to Oakland away. LA at Denver. It's so weird saying LA instead of St. Louis, but I guess I'll get used to it. The Rams at the Broncos. I think the Broncos are going to win that one because the Broncos have a super defense, even though they got rid of Malik Jackson. I think a couple other guys are gone now too. But anyway, on to San Diego at Minnesota. Minnesota has home field advantage, and they have actually a really nice stadium. I'm pretty sure they got it like upgraded or something last year. They have like new heating technology because it gets so cold up there. But I don't know why I'm talking about Minnesota's stadium, but I just think Minnesota's going to win that game. Arizona at Houston. Arizona has been actually giving up. You know, they last week they lost. They only scored one field goal. They only scored one field goal against the Chargers, and they lost like 31-10 to the Raiders. So I do believe that Houston will win this one. Arizona's not going to give what they really should be giving because they have some really great players on that squad. Cincinnati at Jacksonville, that's kind of a no-brainer. Cincinnati's going to win. You know, Jacksonville sucks. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you did like it, then make sure to drop a like below and comment. Tell me what you think I should do. If you don't want me to do this, or if you want me to do this, if you don't want me to wait till the regular season starts. I don't know. It's fun doing these things because, you know, I just like them. You know, I like football, and I just want to make something about football, but football hasn't started. So I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for stopping over.